मेरे दुश्मन समझ रहे थे मैं अब कभी लौट के ना आऊंगा। एक गुमनामी का समुंदर है, उसमें ही जाके डूब जाऊंगा। अभी बाकी मेरी कहानी है, सारी दुनिया को जो सुनानी है। मुझे पहचानो, देखो मैं हूं कौन, आ रहा हूं पलट के, मैं हूं डॉन।
Shah Rukh, from being called the Badshah of Bollywood to King Khan, and now do you like it when people call you the Don of Bollywood?
It's nice if the name is kind of attached to the film that you've done. So I think Badshah started after I did a film called Badshah. I personally don't believe in any of this. I think I just come and do my job and go back home. But yeah, during the course of the film, I like believing, or when we're releasing it, that yeah, I've done this character and I can live with it. Some characters I don't want to, when I'm playing like a goofy person and all, then I don't want to play that. But being Don is nice, yeah. He's cool and he's slick, so you like it, yeah.
Yeah, and you are so cool. But from Don 1 to Don 2, how do you think your character has evolved?
In the first film we had it was based on an existing classic actually. So you were a little more responsible than you are. And when you're responsible, then I think you're a little restricted and constricted. So the second one, actually the one-liners have become better. We don't also have to explain anymore why he does what he does. We just kind of accept the fact that he's a bad guy and a cool bad guy. So I think Farhan has written it with a lot more ease. And there are a lot of things that we could not do in the first film because that was based on an existing film.
Right.
But now you can turn around and of course he still hangs around with the girls and he still dances the way he does and he still talks in the third person. But I think he's become more self-centered, more pompous, and even more confident of the fact that he can rule the world. And in this film he actually decides to shift his focus to the rest of the world and outdo and outwit everyone else.
Okay, and you've definitely gone all out, and Ritesh just told us that you fell off a building in Berlin. So how was it doing all of that?
It's exciting actually, and it's exciting after you finished it, but when you're doing it, it's very scary, and it was very cold there. I don't know how I find myself in these situations where the whole team is there, and they ask me sometimes, would you like to do it? You don't have to. But when they ask me, I'm like, yeah, I'd like to do it. And it's damn scary. It was very tall, so you hung on it. And after you did it, it was very simple, very safe. Actually, I could even get my kids to do it if I wanted. But when you're doing it, it's a bit of, I was writing in my book that why do I do this stuff when I don't need to? But I think you somehow start believing you can fly.
Oh, really?
Because the people make you believe that you can do this, and I say this with all humility. It's like you trust the people that you say, okay, they believe you can do this jump, so let's go ahead and do it. So it's a leap of faith, and sometimes it's in a stunt, sometimes it's in a song, sometimes it's just in a dialogue or a character. But I think you live by the faith that people have in you, and it's okay. Let's take this chance.
Okay, and how do you explain it to your kids when you jump off a building and do things like that? I mean, don't they come and say that, Dad, we want to do that as well? I mean,
my son does, yeah. My son kind of, when I do a stunt, he turns around and says, oh, too many wires, I'm sure. And he's not too impressed.
Of course, he knows it all by now, I'm sure.
I mean, I explain it to them so they don't try stunts at home and behave stupid. I would like all kids who are watching this, you don't try this at home and you should not do it. We do it with a lot of control, and even then we hurt ourselves. I've had 6 surgeries to do it, to prove that. But I kind of, I'm that kind of a boy father, where I'm like, listen, you want to do it, go for it. I mean, just make sure you're not rash. My daughter doesn't say that. My daughter is like, she likes me being, I think, sweet and nice. So she won't say anything, but the son sometimes says, I'd like to do it. I said, please do it if you want to, but just don't be rash. Train for it and just go for it. So I let them do it, yeah.
Right. And on a different note, Shah Rukh, I mean, you've been around for so long, you've done a plethora of roles, but we haven't seen you in very many comedies.
Yeah, I don't know. Initially, there were these middle-of-the-road films like Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman, Chamatkar, Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, and I don't know. Somehow they just fell on the wayside. I don't know why people haven't offered me comedies. I'm really looking forward to one. As a matter of fact, after finishing Ravan and Dawn, which both are very intense action films physically, you do wish that somebody offered me a comedy. I can't do it unless somebody tells me to do it. The next one's
Produce it for yourself.
I don't, actually, that's the reason I don't produce films. I mean, that's one reason I decided very early on when I made films that I won't make a film because I want to do it for me.
Right, right.
I'd like to make a film because I think people would like to see
Right,
it.
absolutely.
So I've done little different ones. There's a Paheli also, there's a Ravan also, there's a Om Shanti Om now, with Farhan and Ritesh allowing me to be part of Dawn 2. So they're different films, and I do them because I think people would like to see them. I've never produced for myself. So unless somebody believes that I can do some comedy, I'd like to do it, yeah. I enjoy the comedy part of it. So hopefully, sooner or later. I think the one film that I'm talking with Rohit Shetty,
Okay.
that's quite comic.
Okay.
So yeah, so hopefully that'll be nice.
Okay, thank you so much. We're looking forward to that film, and definitely we're looking forward to Dawn too. Thank you and all the best. Thank you.
मेरे दुश्मन समझ रहे थे मैं अब कभी लौट के ना आऊंगा। एक गुमनामी का समुंदर है, उसमें ही जाके डूब जाऊंगा। अभी बाकी मेरी कहानी है, सारी दुनिया को जो सुनानी है। मुझे पहचानो, देखो मैं हूं कौन, आ रहा हूं पलट के, मैं हूं डॉन। डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है।